Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jimmy Shannon, and you're tuning into Australia's #1 fight show, and that is the Sledgehammer Fight Show. We've got a massive show today as we preview Legacy, with the main event is Elliot Compton and Jaime Stamp, as well as a big interview with martial arts legend Kocho, Malcolm Anderson. And ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is Elliot Compton. Elliot, welcome to the show. It's good to see you.
Thank you, you too.
Good. Elliot, you're in heavy training. You're the main event at Legacy at Eaton's Hill on November the 22nd.
Yeah, against Bruno Carvalho from Portugal. I've just come back from Thailand. I got back on Saturday, spent a bit of time over elite boxing, just pushed myself to the limit. Back here now training with my gym at the Team Compton Training Centre and just grinding it out day in, day out in the lead up.
That's good training with your father at Auchenflower.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So
that's good, and your preparation for your fight's been good so far?
So far it's been unreal. It's been the best camp I've had so far. I already feel the fittest that I've felt this far out from a fight. Weight's on track, so it's just all systems go.
So it's handy when your weight is on track early, because a lot of guys, as you know, they go to the sweat box and they have nothing left when fight times come in.
Yeah.
Fighting main events is nothing new for you. You've had a good 40 fights nearly by now, and a lot of them have been main events recently too.
Yeah, I'm at 33 fights now. I can't even keep track of how many main events that I've been.
Yeah.
I've been main event on Legacy. This is my second main event on Legacy now. So it's exciting to return back and be the main event again.
Just a bit like the old Evolution shows, there's no belts involved, it's just a prestige main event for you.
Yeah, this is it's just a big fight, you know. I like big tough fights that whether there's a belt on the line or not. I mean, belts are cool, but I prefer the experience and the stories to tell after. And Bruno's a tough guy, and I think it's going to be an exciting fight for everyone.
I reckon it will be too. It's going to be a marquee main event. With the fights you've had, just on the subject of belts and titles, how many have you won now? Because you've won a fair few, to my recollection.
Yeah, I've got 7 belts in total. The latest one I won was the CMT middleweight title. I beat Jun Lee for that and took that belt from him. So now I'm just looking to try and get a few more on the shelf. Yeah,
Jun's a good fighter too, a good tough left-hander, that guy.
Yeah, very evasive.
And the CMT 72.5 kilogram champion, from the blue corner, Elliot the Dragon Compton.
A lot of fellas get into martial arts for different reasons. Now you've done a fair few styles. It wasn't just Muay Thai all the time.
No, I started training when I was 5 years old with my father and his instructor back in Adelaide under Nino Pillar. We studied all kinds of martial arts. Muay Thai obviously being the main one, and Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's style, if you will.
Yeah.
On top of that, I've done Filipino Kali, I've done a lot of wrestling, I'm a blue belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The list goes on, really. I'll save you a bit of time.
That's a fair resume to have though too.
Yeah, it's cool. It gives me influences from many areas, so when one thing's not working in a fight, I can adapt and I can change, and I can use my skills to beat the other guy's skills if he's very one-dimensional.
Yeah, that's fair enough too. You've had a lot of big fights in your career. You fought Toby Smith as well?
Yeah, I fought Toby back in April on Pride and Glory in Townsville. That was a good fight. Toby's a tough kid, as I'm sure everyone's aware. I felt like I was doing all right up until the 3rd round. We had a good game plan, and I just zoned out from the game plan for a split second. And at this level, that's all it takes. And he caught me with a knee square in the guts. And anyone that's ever been kneed in the belly knows that it's the same as getting chinned. You can't come back from it with enough time, you know. You
definitely can't, and Toby is the big dog in the Muay Thai yard at the moment too. He's had some great victories.
Yeah.
Would you be looking at a rematch, or have you got any particular people you'd like to fight in the future?
I'm not really in the business of calling people out.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to fight Toby again. I like the opportunity. I feel like I should have a couple more maybe before and earn my shot. There's other people in line before me. Another fight that I'd like to have again would be with Kim Johnson, but again, that's not me calling anybody out. It's just those 2 fights were great fights. The fans loved it, we both loved it, so it kind of makes sense to do it again.
Well, that was really good, and we can't wait to see you in action on the 22nd. I'd like to thank you a lot for coming on the show today. It's really good having you on.
Thank
you.
Good
on you.
Thanks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the Fighter's Choice Technique Workshop, where I'm going to show you a man of the likes you've never seen before and you're never going to see again. Hey, welcome to Steve Dollar's Fortitude Boxing Gym. Now today, we're going to show you that Muay Thai isn't just for a certain age group. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Now we've got a bloke here coming in today, he's that young, we call him the kid. Come over here, kid, how you going?
Very good.
Good on you, here he is. You've got Kid Geronimo. He grew up as a teenager, street fighting in the back alleys of Sicily, and before he got deported to Australia, wrestled for 30 years in the Italian circus undefeated. Now what we're going to work on with the kid today is the idea of being able to throw a punch and move after it. Because there's a bit of a tendency with a lot of fighters, especially the inexperienced lads, say I'm fighting the Kid Geronimo and I've landed those 2 shots and I just happen to stay there and do nothing. Okay? You fight against a bloke who's as tough as you are, and just say when I throw those 2 punches, the kid comes back with something, he comes back with a left hook and I've got 1, 2 and I stay there and he just drops that left hook right on my chin. Bang, like that. I'm in all sorts of trouble. Okay, now a lot of you guys at home will be thinking, geez, what's Jimmy doing with an old fellow like this? You watch him punching in 5 minutes time, you tell me who's laughing now. Okay? What we're going to work on now, we're going to come in and we'll go through this slowly before I put the belly pad on. I'm going to come in with a double jab. Now instead of standing there, the kid comes in with the overhand right. I've ducked underneath the overhand right. As I come through, bang, there's my shot to the midsection. It's a great shot. Now if we pan around to my left hand side here, I'm going to come in and we're going to double up on those body shots, okay? And then come over the top with a left hook. Now the reason we're doubling up on it, there is a bit of a tendency with the fighters just to land the 1 shot to the body and think you're right. What we're going to do here, we're going to land 3 shots and go with a left hook over the top. So once again, it's a double jab, the overhand right comes, bang, there's my shot to the body, bang, straight into that double rip. There's your hook over the top, okay? Now I'm going to put the belly pad on for this. I'll hold these for the heavyweights and some of the other fighters, and it's okay. But the kid here is breaking more ribs than Rocky Balboa, and they won't hanging off meat hooks either. So he's throwing the double jab, bang, there's the overhand right. Boom, there's the shot to the body as he comes through. Bang, that's it. And put those 2 rips in, and then hook over the top. Okay, it's just like he pulled those ones. Settle down, kid, I've got to take a class later on tonight. Now we're going to have another go. Okay, so he comes in with the double jab. There's the overhand right. Hook over the top, that's the idea. You see, the kid's a relentless body puncher, and this works. What he's doing, instead of landing 1 shot to the body, he's landing 2. And believe me, you get hit around that ribcage often enough, it just saps all your energy. We'll have 1 more go at this one, then we're going to show another one. So, okay, so away you go, kid. Oh, that's the way to do it. The kid finishes off with the right hand, and Jimmy Shannon's in a whole lot of trouble. Okay, what we're going to do with this next one, and this is a very effective way to fight, and a very effective combination. Okay, what's going to happen? The kid's going to come in left, right, 1, 2. Okay, the left hook comes over the top, so you throw the left hook at me. I'm coming up underneath, there's me shot to the body. While I'm there, I might as well crack the other one straight into the rib cage, pull my hand back to my chin, boom, there's that right hand over the top. We'll just give the kid a slow go, and then we'll give him a good proper crack at it. So it's left, right, duck, there's a shot to the body, boom, shot to the body, bang, right hand over the top. That's the idea, that's how it works. Good, I want you to put him in that hard on the pad too, so on the protectors. So once again, we give the kid a shot, he's coming to left, right, boom, boom, ducks the left hook, there's the shot to the body, and right over the top. That's the idea. I'm glad I got out of the way then. Oh yeah, only just. We'll give him another go. He's mixing the lefts and rights up again, but you get the general idea. So we come in there, there's the left, right, boom, there's the hook, bang, boom, boom, like that. And that's power punching. I can tell you the kid's not pulling him. If I didn't have a belly pad on, I could be nursing a couple of broken ribs. Kid Geronimo, that was a great job. Thanks very much for that. It's good stuff all the way from Italy. And that is the art of body punching and sticking and moving, being able to punch, get out of the way and come back again. That's about all the time we got for here in the Fighter's Choice Technique Workshop here at Steve Della's Fortitude Boxing Gym. Okay, and that was today's gym segment with the incredible Kid Geronimo. The kid is actually 70 years old. And on a more serious note, we have Jaime Stan. Jaime, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Jamie.
Jamie's also fighting on the Legacy show on November the 22nd. And you're fighting Apirak, who just recently had a close win over Daddy Cool Dane Beach, and that should be a great fight for you.
Yeah, very, very classy tie, I've been told. So this will be my 6th tie I've fought now, so starting to get used to their crafty ways. But yeah,
They fight a little bit differently from us,
Yeah,
but
very.
you've got a good aggressive style and a good knockout technique as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming Apirak's going to be pretty hard to sort of stop.
He's going to be, yeah, I've been told he's very quick. I haven't seen him fight, but yeah, I've been told a lot about him. Told he's very tricky, very fast. So.
Well, being trained by Anthony Hitman Vallo, one thing's for sure, you are going to be good on your knees, as that was one of Anthony's strengths when he fought in the 90s.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he loves getting me with those knees.
Yeah, he's a pretty good bloke like that. Your training's good for it? You feeling good?
Yeah, really good. I actually go up to, because Ant works away in the mines in Moranbah, so
Does he? Yeah.
next Sunday I'll go up there and stay with him for 2 weeks and just train with him. So in every night I'll train with him and train myself in the mornings, go to the pool. Yeah, so a bit like a Thailand camp, I guess.
It is a little bit too, and it sort of gets you away from the hustle and bustle
Yeah,
of the
that's
city.
it. No work, and it's nice and hot up there as well.
Oh, it should be
And,
hot, don't worry about that.
Anthony Foy's going to come up with me as well, so I've got a training partner.
Yeah, cool. And now you guys are under the tutelage of the promoting powerhouse, Paul DeMicoli. Are you fighting exclusively in Paul's shows, or are you shopping around as
Yeah,
well?
I've always stuck with Paulie since the beginning, sort of thing, and I always
Yeah.
will do. He's he's the best promoter around.
Yeah, well, he's certainly number one in Queensland, if not Australia, at the moment, I think,
Yeah, for
especially with Evolution overseas.
Yeah, definitely. So no, it's good. And I just fought Eruption 3 weeks ago. So
Oh, yeah, who were you matched up with there?
I fought Andy Smith.
Oh, yeah, Andy's a
So,
tough guy.
yeah, it
You
was
won that
tough.
fight?
Yeah, I got the
Yeah.
win. So
Yeah.
but it was a good, tough, hard fight. So, but and then I've not rematched. Sorry, I'll fight Chad Collins in April next year for the Eruption belt.
Oh, right, those Chad coming up in weight division then.
No, we're the same.
Oh, that's right, yep.
Yeah.
That's, if anything, Chad might come down because he's a growing lad.
Yeah.
And he's only going to get heavier.
Yeah.
But that will be a fight worth watching too.
Yeah, we'll be good. So.
Yeah. Now, you've been fighting for a fair while now. What do you reckon your toughest fight would have been?
Oh, Campan, 100%.
Yeah?
I still get nightmares after that fight.
No, true.
Yeah.
Very good on the elbows.
Yeah, just everything that guy threw was dangerous.
Yeah.
Didn't matter if it was punches, legs, knees, elbows, everything was dangerous.
That's good. We've actually got the highlight reel of a lot of your knockouts in the background, and incidentally probably shows you're never too old to have a stamp collection, really, are you?
That's it.
No, that's good. And with these fights coming up, have you got any sort of guys like Ellie, before I'm not calling people out, but guys you sort of would like to fight in the future, just for your own
Not
benefit?
really. As I said before, I've got Chad. That's all sorted for next year, but mainly just Thais. I want to fight more Thais. I know that they've had so much more experience than us, so it's good to fight them.
Yeah.
And if you can beat them at their own game, it's all the better.
Yeah, that it is. Are you going to go do some of this in Thailand, or are you
Yeah,
just
I've been to
stick home?
Thailand a few times now. I've had 5 fights in Thailand. So, but yeah, no, I've had some good results in Thailand as well. Some hard fights.
You've had some good results everywhere, from what I can see, Jamie.
Yeah, so, but definitely, I'm said I wouldn't go back to Thailand next year. Just I normally go every year, but
Yeah.
I get married not next year, year after. So
Oh, good on you.
yeah, got to prepare for all that.
Hey, it's funny you say that because I've had 3 great years of marriage myself, and 3 out of 19 is not too bad.
Yeah,
That's all right.
that's it.
Hopefully your average might be a bit better. No, but that's good. That makes a big year for you. Oh, good on you, Jamie. Well, I'd like to wish you all the best for Apirak on the 22nd. It's been great having you on the show. Thanks very much
Thanks
for
so
coming
much,
in
Jimmy.
today.
Cheers, mate.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jamie Stamp. The martial arts game of Muay Thai in Queensland is a funny sort of business. You get a few blokes who are a blip on the radar, a few guys who last a couple of years, a few blokes like myself who've been around for 30 years. But in martial arts in Queensland, there is one name and one man that has towered above all and has lasted around longer than anyone else. And that man was Kocho Malcolm Anderson. And we're lucky enough to have Kocho on the show today. Malcolm, thank you very much for coming on and
It's a
taking the
pleasure,
time
mate.
out.
Thank you.
Yeah, with a career like yours that you've had in this game, it's just so hard to know where to start. But I suppose starting at the beginning, when you started Zendi Kai in Melbourne, you trained with Bob Jones and Richard Norton, and it must have been a hell of an experience for you.
It was. It's a completely different era, a different attitude. I was just a young street kid. Thought I knew everything, and then it was a pretty hard place to survive in those days. You had to know how to defend yourself. So I started to search around to try and find somewhere where I could learn the art of self-defence. And it was very limited in those days.
Yeah, well, that it was too. But once you got going in Melbourne, I believe you came up to Queensland in 1974, started the Hombu stable.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, geez, I'll tell you what, there were some hard men, and some of the guys are still training today, the types of James Reed and Jeff Ellis and all those boys. They're still going, just like yourself.
Yes, Tony Quinn, Rod Stroud, some very tough, hard men, and a lot of them were the pioneers in karate, and also started off the kickboxing, which was back in the days before Muay Thai, which was kicking above the waist and the 6 kick rule.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that because we used to lose points every time we didn't throw the 6 or 8 kicks depending on the fight.
That's correct.
Yeah, the first fights that happened were actually not in the ring. It was just like on a small type of ring surrounded by people who were the ring ropes.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it started to hit big. You know, first of all, it was just the karate schools, and then kickboxing, we started to see it. Then obviously, Australia wanted to get involved in it. So Bob Jones said to me, "Can you put together a kickboxing show here?" And I said, "Well, I suppose so." So I just had a word to some of me tough, hard boys and said, "Are you two prepared to fight each other?" And they jumped in and they had a go at it. And a couple of those fights there, you could have actually matched on a show today because they knew what the game was about and they were hard men, you know what I mean? So I think that's where it all originated from.
Yeah, well, you were the very first promoter in Queensland. Eventually, Chris Charchellis and Dave Briggs, Robbie Rushton were helping out, but you were the first guy. And it's funny, just about anyone who was anyone in the game in the last 30 years have had their first fights or the first main events on a Malcolm Anderson show. And I don't think there's another promoter in the country who can say that.
No, that's correct. It's a bit of a who's who of the people that have fought, and a lot of them have gone on and become world champions. Quite a few then have gone out, branched out, and opened up their own stables. And it's got very big. It's probably now 3 generations. And one of the big things Australia did was they jumped in on Muay Thai very early, you know, like Holland was doing it and a few other places. Australia went in and did it, and the first few times we did shows and fought the Thais, they just completely flogged us.
Yeah.
You know, but we just came back and back, then we draw one, win one. You know, now you see guys that are now fighting continually in Thailand and giving them a real run for their money now. So they've really matured now.
That's right with the Thai. I remember those days because Malcolm, you and Dave Briggs were instrumental in having those big shows at Festival Hall.
That's correct, yes.
And it was funny, I Paul Blake's tried hard, but you brought all the top Thais over, and I don't think we knew really how good these guys were.
Well, Dave Briggs actually brought over the Lumpini touring side, you know, and some of our fighters, which was Ian Jacobs and Nugget and Paul Briggs and Nathan Briggs, when they introduced them, they were saying, and he's had 25 fights, you know, and the crowd thinking, well, that's good. And then the guy that were going to fights had 300 fights at Lumpini, you know, and but the boys stood there, and Tony Hill actually won his fight.
That's right, I remember that.
You know, and that was the breakthrough, you know, when we started to realise we can do this game. You know, it's just that we had to build up the experience, you know, the hard knocks.
Well, Malcolm, that's probably about all we've got time for today. It's an amazing range of subjects that we covered, and just an incredible career that you have had and are still having too. Like your Bloodex, people have been with you for 20 years, come out with you today, just out of loyalty and support, and they're going to be there for life too, I think.
Well, we're a family, you know, like we are a brotherhood, you know, and we're strong, we've got very strong bonds. We've been to each other's weddings, we've had to go to some of the funerals, we're godfathers to each other's children, you know, like it's a strong bond. It's not just a martial arts style, it's a family.
That's right, a lot of sports can't boast that either. Well, once again, Malcolm, thank you very much for coming on the show. We're really honoured to have you on today, and it's going to look great when it comes out. Okay, and just before we go, for something different, we'll just let you see what the Sledgehammer gets up to on his holidays as we take a little trip out to the Birdsville races.
Such a perfect wall. What can anybody
How was that, Cast? Drop 6, hey? How did you make it? It's unreal.
Giving chase down the outside, salute our diggers, but 4 salute with 100 metres left to go is clear by 3 lengths to salute our diggers, and 4 salute on the way too good. Look at it go, 4 salute.